Hello there, my name's Joe and welcome to my channel. In this video, I thought we'd take another look at Hedra, the AI application that allows you to add an image, upload an audio file or add text, and Hedra will then generate a movie file for you, which makes it look like that the image is speaking the words that you've uploaded. So let's start off with, I've put together a little clip of a lady reciting a poem I wrote years and years ago. Let's take a look at that. Then once we've done that, we'll come back, we'll go back into Hedra and see how I've done that, and then quickly finish off with a few points that I really like about Hedra and a few that I maybe not like so much. But yeah, so let's move on and have a look at a poem generated in Hedra.
You forgot to tell me what I had done, why you ignore me, why I am shunned. We never fought, no harsh words were spoken. Only your silence said this friendship was broken. The roof of my mouth is burning so dry. Stomach is turning, I don't know why. You said we were friends and that was for keeps. But now I know that your words came so cheap. You try not to look awkward when we meet on the street. Your cold, tactile embrace hides the distance you seek. Fortunate for me, I have friends that are true, who tell me my worth and not waste it on you. I think they are right. You are not worth the time. It's not such a big thing that you're no friend of mine.
Well, as that demonstrated, I'm clearly no poet, and I know it. Oh, actually, that rhymed. Maybe I'm a poet and I don't know. Oh, no. Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look at Hedra. So we're back at the Hedra homepage, which the URL is hedra.com. To use the application, you do need to register an email account, either with them or use an existing one. I logged in using my Google account. Once you've done that, you can, if we come up here, we have this upgrade button. If you click on there, that'll give you a quick rundown of what you can do. I'm using the free account, so I can upload 5 videos per day. I get slower generations than the paid accounts, and video length is up to 30 seconds. And what's not mentioned here is that for each video, you can only use 300 characters. So that really needs to be added onto this because that's quite important too. So let's go back to the homepage. So to move forwards, all you need to do, Hedra is in beta at the moment. So we just click on the try beta button. Okay, so we're back to the coalface of Hedra. And one of the really nice things about this application is it is just so easy to use. So in the main, we have these 3 boxes here. One for audio, where you can either upload an audio file or you can type in the text that you want to use. If you're typing in the text, you can set a voice to it, and you have a drop down here of a variety of voices. Now, if you go for the paid options or the paid plans, you get more premium-based voices to choose from. Moving on to the character box here, this is where you can either upload your own image, or if you don't want to do that, you can let the Hedra AI generate one for you by creating prompts here. If you don't like the first attempt, you can randomize prompts and you'll get a selection of different images you can choose from. Once you've done that, so once you have your audio sorted out and your image sorted out, then all you need to do is click on the generate video button, wait a couple of minutes, and you're there. Moving on from that, we have my library. So here you'll see the video clips I've created thus far, and if I click on view more, we should see the remainder of what I've done. So this is all that I've done so far. If we scroll a bit further down, there's this thing called Community Spotlight, where you can see what a few other people have done. And actually, you can even remix some of these, I believe. I haven't done that yet. I'll give that a go at another time. Now, returning to my library quickly, let me just demonstrate to you a couple of the previous attempts I used at making this poem. So we can see here, this is the poem that I generated with this young lady here. The images are in reverse. So this was part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But before I used this particular image, which I generated in AI, I did try it with a couple of other images to see whether or not they worked, and they didn't work quite so well. So this one I thought wasn't too bad at all. So let me just show you one of my earlier attempts. So we'll start off with this lady here.
You forgot to tell me what I had done, why you ignore me, why I am shunned. We never fought. No harsh words were spoken. Only your silence said this friendship was broken.
Okay, so that started off quite well. I was really quite pleased with that. And then it started going a bit balmy towards the end, and she started lip syncing without saying anything. So I didn't use that one in the end. And then I thought I'd try something a little bit more bizarre. So I chose this image, which I also generated in AI. So let's have a quick listen to this one too.
True Tom. You forgot to tell me what I had done. Why you ignore me, why I am shunned. We never fought. No harsh words were spoken. Only your silence said this friendship was broken.
So on this one, at the very beginning, it said something like True Tom, which isn't in the text that I provided. And the crazy flicking eyes were not so good to my mind, so I didn't use that. So we ended up with this lady here, and this wasn't too bad. So let's move on. So let's return to the main screen. And what I'll do now is I'll just go through exactly what I did to generate this poem. So first of all, I added the text. So I copied a section of my poem. I had to break it down into 4 to make it short enough so it would fit in with Hedra. So copied this, I put it into the audio section. And then once I've done that, I made some spaces to try to make some gaps between the lines. So I started off, I wanted a bit of a gap before it started. I do find that these videos start exactly straight away, and it's a bit of a shame. So anyway, let's make a space between each of the lines. And there we go. I did try using capital letters for the last word. I wanted to try and to emphasize the last word on each line, but that didn't seem to work. So I'll give that a miss this time. So we've got the first part of the text. I chose a voice. I'll stick with Emily for this one. I added an image rather than generated one, but let's just go through how we could generate an image. So let's say an elderly white-haired lady smiling, perhaps. Okay, and press create. And let's see what Hedra comes up with. Okay, not bad at all. I would have expected it to be, or her rather, to be looking slightly more towards the front, but not bad. If we didn't like this, we can try and generate another one. So let's try again. So we can select the this little randomized prompt option here. Let's give that a go. Oh, so it's totally ignored my prompt there. What I should have done is selected randomized seed. So let's go back to an elderly woman, can't spell, with white hair, smiling. Let's do that again and see if we get the same image. Okay, and we've got a different image. And again, if we didn't like this, if we click on the first option, which is randomized seed, my mistake, we should have gone for this one, I suspect. Let's press that and we should get a different selection. Again, not really good. I'm quite surprised that these randomized ones are not facing to the front, but hey, it is what it is. Let's try a couple more until we find something we can work with. Okay, let's use that and see if it does actually work. She's not looking straight ahead. I would have preferred that. Anyway, so all we need to do now is we've got our text, we've got our voice, we've got our image. Let's see if it will now let me generate a video. Okay, so we have our image, well, not image, our video. That took around about 5 or so minutes to generate. What I'll do now is I'm going to download this file and play it from my video editor. So let's have a look and listen at this video.
You forgot to tell me what I had done, why you ignore me, why I am shunned. We never fought. No harsh words were spoken. Only your silence said this friendship was broken.
Well, there you go. Not too bad an effort. I think the lip sync wasn't too bad at all. Just a shame at the very end, the ending sort of grimace that she made. Apart from that, that was okay. So let's finish off now. Just going to go through a couple of points that I found by using Hedra. I've only used this 2 to 3 times now, but I'll show you what I think. Well, on the plus side, Hedra, it's actually a very good app. It's free. It's clever what they've done. It's very easy to use. You can upload audio, or you can type in the text. So you've got choices there. And with the visuals, you can either add an image or you can generate one within their AI. So that's good too. The other concern I mentioned earlier, I thought when you generate an AI image that it wasn't facing the front. Well, the lady that I use, she turned to the front in the end, so that wasn't a problem either. So yeah, quite like that. Now, on the flip side of all the good work Hedra have done with this application, a couple of things I think would be nice to see. In fact, I've got 4. And the first is some kind of, maybe not a fade in, fade out, but don't go straight into the text. We want to see this image come alive before it starts speaking. So the image starts moving its head a little bit, smiles, whatever, and then starts speaking, not go straight into it. And the same at the very end. The moment the text finishes, the video finishes. We need a couple of seconds at the end where the same thing, the subject will move, we'll see movement there, and then the video finish. And I think that must be easy to do and would be a big improvement. Secondly, it needs a preview image for us to use before we actually generate, because every time we generate, we're losing one of the outputs that we can use. So with the free contract, for instance, I can do 5 a day, and I can quite easily use all 5 just testing to see if the voice works with that face, and it's not great. We need some kind of system whereby we can test what we've done. I don't know if the way to do it would be a lower res solution, or put watermarks through it so it can't be stolen, whatever. But without this, wasting however many allotted generations we have just on testing isn't the way forward, I wouldn't think, for any customer. We could also do with a contents list of any annotations that we can make to this. How do we emphasize words? Can we force a smile or a giggle or a cry or whatever? There should be some kind of annotations that we can make to our prompts and how we input that into our prompt. So something like that. I think that's sorely missed too. And lastly, the biggest problem for me is how you reset the clock on this thing. So I'm entitled by using the free account, I can generate 5 videos a day. However, that 24-hour period starts from when you finish your last video. So yesterday when I started using this, it was in the afternoon. Therefore, today, I couldn't use it this morning when I wanted to. I had to wait until this afternoon, until my 24 hours was up. Well, that's a bit of a nonsense. The clock should run from midnight each day so that we can use this product anytime during the day, as long as we stay within the limits of the contract that we're in. So today I couldn't generate anything until this afternoon because I had to wait to reach my time limit. And that means that if I wanted to use this product every day, I could only ever use it in the afternoons. That to me is a bit of a nonsense. So yeah, so that's my thought on it. Those points aside, I think there's a lot going for this application. Certainly lots of people could benefit from using applications like this. People who don't like speaking, making videos, I'm amongst those. People who have difficulties speaking. There's all kinds of applications that this Hedra can be used for. I just think it is in beta, so this isn't the finished product. I don't think it's there yet, but I think it's certainly going to be one to watch. Anyway, I think that's about as much as I've got to say on the subject for now. So as always, I'll thank you for your time. I hope you found this useful. I do hope you have a very good day, and goodbye.